Speaking to me now is Welsh boxing trainer Tony Borg. How are things, Tony?
Yeah, good. Very busy at the moment. All the boxers are looking at their next fights coming up in the end of February starting and going right through to May.
So, just going to speak about some of your boxers. Let's start at the top. Lee Selby. There's rumours, or I don't know if it's official yet, of him fighting an IBF eliminator, possibly in Cardiff in May.
That's right, yeah. It looks like Eddie Hearn's going to be bringing the fight over to this country, which is great for us. We didn't really fancy going to Australia. But he got a home advantage here, and the Welsh fans behind him. Another win, and he's in a shot for a world title at lightweight.
So how has Lee been looking in training? I haven't seen him train for quite a while now, but how's he looking generally?
To be honest, Lee is always in the gym. He's always fresh. He always looks good. He always looks healthy. He looks about 24, 25. He eats well. He lives healthy. He lives the life. So he's always good. He can jump in any time of the week and spart 10, 12 rounds. Any of the circuits you're doing, he can do anything whenever he wants. He's in great shape.
And I suppose for you, it's good as well because Lee, I suppose, sets a great example for the other boxers in the gym, the young guys.
That's right, yeah. I mean, when he first came, he wasn't the greatest of trainers, and he hadn't done a lot of circuits and stuff like that. But they say the cream rises to the top, and that's the case with Lee. He excels in everything he does.
Another one of your boxers who's got a big fight coming up, if the rumours are to be believed, Gavin Gwynn. Gavin had a big fight last year against Joe Cordina, put a great performance up. Which has earned him a shot at the British title, I believe, next. Is that in May as well, I believe?
Yeah. I mean, Gavin's had a limited experience, really, in the amateurs. Just Welsh level, a couple of international... Welsh level and a few internationals. But he took the chance with Joe Cordina, put up a great performance. Eddie Hearn was impressed with him. And now he's back in the mix for a title shot at lightweight again. So, yeah, he's ready for that.
So... as you said there, Gavin has had much experience as an amateur. I mean, how do you train someone like that as opposed to perhaps someone like Lee Selby who's had more experience?
It's an individual thing, really. But Gavin's always come into the gym. He's always here on time. He trains hard, puts the work in, and he's sparring at the top level. So the rounds he hasn't had in the amateurs, he's had in the gym sparring with big gloves on and head guard, so he's safer and he's fresher.
Another boxer, which, he was training with you, then he was training with elsewhere. I mean, Andrew Selby, is he back training with you now?
Yeah, he's back training with us. Again, Andrew's probably, without doubt, everyone knows he's world class. I got no doubts whatsoever he can win a world title this year. He's got a straight shot at the European title now, which I'm expecting him to win, obviously. And if he gets that win, he's back in the title mix for world titles.
So is there a date set for that fight yet, the European title fight?
Can't announce it yet. It's not confirmed, but it's going to be very interesting.
Okay, so watch this space on Andrew Selby's
yeah.
comeback fight. Yeah. And I mean, how has Andrew looked since he's been back in the gym with you?
He's just treading water when we're just getting back into it. He's got some time before his next fight. But, he's got so much natural ability. He is world class. Everything he does, he's fantastic in the ring. Just needs to apply himself a bit more now to the pro game and get as much out of it as he can.
Do I sense a little bit of frustration when it comes to Andrew Selby? I guess you know how good Andrew is and what his potential is.
I know how good he is. I know what he can do. He won a British title in no time at all, and he could have done the same with the European, and expecting him to do it at world level. He's lost that one fight out in Mexico. He was ahead on points on every scorecard at the time. Got caught with a body shot. The count was a bit dubious, but at the end of the day, you're not going to get any favours over there. That guy's world champion now. So I'm just going to step into the plate and redeem himself.
And you've also got a good crop of up-and-coming fighters. I watched a lot of them train today, like Lloyd Jermaine and Robbie Vernon, great characters, Jordan Withers.
Very, very, very interesting group of characters. There's a lot of talent there, and they're all bouncing off each other, which is the main thing. You get them, you only get one person to upset the apple cart, and they mix well, they blend well, and they're all bouncing off each other. Lloyd Jermaine has had 2 amateur fights, 3 pro fights now, but he looks like somebody who's been around for years. He's bouncing off Lee Selby, trains a lot with Lee. He's got a good work ethic. He loves to be in the gym, loves training. He eats clean, lives clean, same as Lee. So, yeah, but I think for somebody with limited amateur experience, I think you go a long way.
And from the Ronda as well, Jordan Withers, another good up-and-coming fighter.
Jordan Withers is a real talent, yeah. He's got plenty of experience and a lot of natural ability. But he wasn't able to show in some of his fights in the amateurs because he never truly trained hard or applied himself. Now he's really fit and he's feeling comfortable. He's in there sparring 6 rounds with whoever's in the gym, and he's feeling great and he's looking the part.
I think Jordan, actually, the last time I was down here watching him train, he seemed to be struggling with the fitness more than the technical side of things.
Yeah.
And speaking to Rashid moments ago, another one of your new boxers, he said the same thing. He said the biggest thing he found when he went from the amateurs to the pros was the fitness level is so much different.
Yeah, I like to go into a contest knowing that we've got a very good chance of winning every fight. We're not journeymen expecting to win every fight, and I like them to be able, if we need to, step up at any time during the fight. They can put their foot to the floor and go for it. So, I want hard work done in the gym all the time.
And Rashid, I mentioned there, Rashid Omar, I believe his name is, from Cardiff. He's having his first pro fight on 14th of March.
That's right, yeah, I went to school with his dad.
Okay.
He came here a couple of years ago and just treading water, really. He had a couple of fights since with his amateur club. And he decided he wanted to turn pro. He's come here, he signed up with MTK. I think he was struggling a bit with the fitness, but he's getting there. And he's got his debut on 14th, is it? 14th, yeah.
And Robbie Vernon, the great character he is from Bridgend.
Yeah, Robbie's a real character, to say the least. Very heavy-handed, hits very well. He's quite small he's boxing around light welter to welter now. He's quite small for that. I think he could possibly do lightweight. But he's certainly been looking for a shot at the Welsh light welterweight title this year.
Okay, so I know you're probably going to give me the answer, but I mean, could you tell us who he might be fighting for that title? Is there a potential opponent there yet?
Well, the champion is Ciaran Gibbons. So see where Ciaran goes now with the next 1 or 2 fights. 1 or 2 wins can take you on that road. 1 or 2 losses take you down another road, So we'll see what happens from there, and hopefully get the fight on this year. But Robbie will certainly fight for the title this year, I'm certain of that.
Yeah, Robbie against Ciaran Gibbons would certainly be a fight that the Welsh fans would be excited about.
Yeah, it would. I mean, Ciaran's a very big light welterweight. Comes in like a stone or whatever over the weight normally, and Robbie's just around that weight. So yeah, it'd be a very good, interesting fight. Robbie's hits a lot harder than Ciaran, I think, but Ciaran's a good grafter. So yeah, it'd be a good fight.
On the world stage in boxing, there's a massive fight taking place in a couple of weeks. Fury against Wilder, the rematch. What's your thoughts on that?
I think Fury can do it again. I think he's got the confidence. If he goes in there with the right state of mind, which is a big question. I think he can beat anybody out there. He's a gifted fighter. He's big. He's very mobile. He's got a nice long jab, and he's shown the last time he can be hit hard and get up from it. So
what does Deontay Wilder got to do to try and land his right hand? Basically, that's all he really tries to do in fights.
I think he's just got to take a few chances because. Fury won't stand and trade with him. He's nimble, he's elusive, on the back foot, flicking the jab out. And Deontay Wilder's got to take some chances and just not hope for the best, but just let that right hand go, the big left hooks, and just hope it lands. Okay,
I guess most people know you, Tony, as a boxing trainer. I've seen you in boxing rings and on Sky, on BT Sports and other TV channels. But recently you took part in a documentary on Sky Atlantic. I mean, people, I'm guessing, have watched the show, so we won't go through what was actually discussed in the show. But what was that whole experience like having a TV crew follow you around?
It was interesting, actually. Initially, it was going to be more towards around the boxing, but it was a family thing took over. And it was good, interesting, revealing. Yeah.
And what's the public's reaction been? Are people treating you differently since they watched that thing, or is it the same? Or
feedback's been fantastic, especially for my wife. She went through a torrid time during that you know, it was like 3-year experience. She lost her daughter and buried her young daughter, so it was really hard for her. So she's went back to college then, did another course, did a degree in nursing, and she's got a great job now nursing, and just put everything back on track. So she's had so many positive letters and emails and stuff from people we've never even met, just saying that you've been an inspiration, like, you know. So yeah, it's been good for her.
So I think in a space of maybe a 4 or 5 day period, every time I'd turn the TV on, your face would pop up in different chat shows or that type of thing, or Tony Borg speaking on the radio.
Yeah, it was good. It was interesting. Especially well, they did warn us, but the last week was just absolutely crazy. Down to the BBC in Cardiff, then it was up to some radio station, and the radio station coming to us. Then we went to Manchester to the BBC. Yeah. Did an interview on the radio about 9 o'clock. Then he took us to the film studios in Manchester about an hour later, and we did the breakfast TV thing. Then we went for lunch. Then we drove across to London for a screening of the documentary, like, you know. So we were there for a couple of hours. A great day meeting lots of people and all the producers and directors. It was very great, good experience.
Have they given you any indication if they're going to do a follow-up, or is that the end of the Bogs on TV?
They have hinted about once or twice to us, but nothing's been actually agreed. But they did mention there's a lot of footage. They filmed for 3 years, including my stag night in Benidorm, my wife's hen night, the various parties, various boxing shows, loads and loads of stuff. So they had like 3 years of filming condensed into 1 hour. Yeah. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of stuff left over.
What I want to know is why Sammy Sims wasn't on the documentary. I'm sure Sammy should have had a cameo role. God knows. I don't see him much now. Like, you know, we didn't speak for a while. No, we weren't speaking, but I didn't see him at all. We don't really cross paths. I don't see him much. I speak to him on Facebook. I speak to him on Facebook quite often. Just he sends me videos and stuff of what he's doing. I always have a laugh and a joke, but yeah, that's it really. Which of your boxers do you think would have the funniest documentary if they had a camera crew follow them around, do you think?
Yeah, Robbie Vernon, Jordan Withers, someone like Robbie Turley, bring him back. Put them three in any documentary. It'd be great. It'd be a massive hit, yeah, because they've all got just they're great characters, and they've all got some crazy stories. And if you just sit there and listen to them, you just sitting in the sauna or sitting downstairs here, the stories they put together or come out with is just incredible. Okay,
thanks for your time this morning, Tone, and good luck with all your boxers over the next couple of months, and catch up with you in the future.
Cheers.
Cheers, Tone.